Welcome to No Cover Music Magazine. I'm your host, Tim O'Brien, here at American Guitar Boutique in Phoenix City, Alabama, where we're happy to showcase and spotlight local musicians and artists. Welcome to No Cover Music Magazine. We're sitting here with the lovely Alia Torres, local singer-songwriter in the area. So we've got you performing today. What is the first song you're going to do for us?
The first song that I'm going to play is a tune called Hungry. People around town seem to like it a lot. It seems to be their favorite. And I wrote it in the back of a tattoo parlor break room. Yeah, it was just kind of back there. At the time I was dating a guy who was in the industry, and I was just having lunch back there, and some show came on where there was this guy living in the woods, and he lived outside and the season was right for fishing, and he said something along the lines of like, oh yeah, the best part about being hungry, it's like when you get to eat stuff. I'm like, cool, there's a song in there somewhere. So I sat there and finished my lunch and wrote most of it in the back of that tattoo parlor break room. Sometimes you get hungry, you know you've got to eat. You start walking all slow, and your body feels weak. Your mind gets all wild. Every step feels long as a mile. The best part about being hungry is when you start to eat. Now I'm eating all lonely on these dishes so fine. And I remember Mama told me, yeah, she told me all the time, you eat alone, you die alone, and ain't no one round for a mile. A feeling says that I'm choking, I wash it down with wine. Ooh, 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 ooh. This bite ain't moving, so my body starts grooving to a tune that ain't playing. Drop the spoon and start praying, and I could barely say amen. Something heard what I was saying. The worst part about hunger is it can put you in the grave. Ooh, 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 ooh. So when you get hungry, remember, eat real slow, taking every good taste, yeah. You can't share it with your folks, and if you get some left over, you can't share it with your friends. You live to see another day, yeah. and you'll be hungry again. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh. Mm. Ooh. 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 Mm.
So, Alia, where were you born?
I was born in Baden-Württemberg, Heidelberg, Germany. I'm a military brat.
And that's what brings you to Columbus, Georgia, was Fort Benning?
Yes.
All right.
My mom has some family here, so we moved back. It was easy to be here.
And do you like it? Do you like the area? Or are you
It's
a
cute.
traveler?
I'm a traveler. It's cute here, but I'm a traveler. Yeah, I like to go around.
So tell me a little bit about yourself. When did you start singing?
Funny question, actually. So I've only been in this industry for maybe 2 years, 3 years, maybe almost 3 years, 2 years. And it started because I work at this place called The Loft. It's a venue and a restaurant, one of the best restaurants in town.
Yes, I'm very familiar with The Loft.
And I started there as a host. And then they threw me upstairs one night as a cocktail waitress before they started serving the menu. And then they started serving the full menu upstairs, and I became a full server. And then I was a bartender for a short period of time, and then I quit and started working for the bike shop downstairs. I eventually came back after a trip to the Fijian Islands with a couple of friends and this guy that I knew for like 5 years. Him and his son, a relative had died, and they got a bunch of money. We were going to go out and refurbish an island. It went south, trying to not refurbish an island, but refurbish this resort that was there, and it went south. So when I came back, I was like kind of just fearless, like, oh, this is, if I'm going to do something, if I was going to do anything, I would want to pursue music. That's what's going to make me happy. So I returned back to Columbus, and so it kind of just happened that way for me.
In full disclosure, I play at the Loft every week on Wednesday nights for the Blues Jam, and Alia is our sound girl. So that's how I actually got to hear you perform, was getting up on stage on Wednesday nights. And really enjoy your songwriting, and you have a great stage presence. So
Thank you.
Everything
I appreciate that.
Everything is wonderful. So you started writing music.
Yes. I'd always had like a couple of songs written. You know, you strum some chords out, you try to just write something. If you're going to write good songs, the bad ones got to come out too. So started writing a couple songs, and then they would just be these moments where they just come out in like a pop, and I really wanted to share those particular tunes. I have all kinds of tunes written that no one's ever heard, but I've got some that I just know they're complete, and I stand by them, and I love the little tunes that I wrote, and I just like to share them with people. So
Do you consider yourself a singer that plays guitar, or a guitar player that accompanies your voice?
Oh, I absolutely would be a singer first, simply because I'm not confident enough to play lead on stage. If you can't play lead on stage, then yes, you would have to be a vocalist before a guitarist, and I'll be able to do lead, but not yet. I'm almost there.
So you performed a couple tunes for us today. What is the second song that you're playing?
The second tune that I will be playing is one of my favorites. I chose this one because sometimes my tunes can kind of take on more of, I wouldn't say a serious demeanor, but I do like to write with the intention of someone listening to what I'm saying rather than me just repeating the same thing over and you thinking it's melodic. So this second tune is one of the more cute songs that I have. It's called Wasted. It's about when someone leaves and then you miss them. it's just a cute little tune that I wrote about when you miss people and you drink things.
Well, I'm looking forward to hearing that.
When you're not here, the house stays messed up. Yeah, the shutters stay closed. No, I don't wake up. But if you were here, I'd be all dolled up. House smelling like something that I just whipped up. And I'd keep you near with a kiss and a beer. He gives a smack on the bottom for being good to you, dear. Yeah, but you're not here, so I'm just gonna lay here with one of your hats on my face. But you're not here, so I'm just gonna drink this and forget how much I miss how you taste. I hope I don't get too wasted. When you're not here, I wear all your stuff. Yeah, the dirtier the better. I can't love it enough. But if you were here, I'd be pulling through dresses to match one of your fine button-ups. Don't be too worried, I'd hear you say it's just gonna wind up on the floor anyway. Yeah, but you're not here, so I'm ordering pizza and keeping lights dim in this place. But you're not here, so I'm just gonna drink this and forget how much I miss how you taste. I hope I don't get too wasted. I hope I don't get too wasted. Too wasted. When you're not here, I'm a little off balance. Won't you please come home, darling, sweet babe?
So was your family musical?
Yes, actually, and it's funny that my family was so musical and I didn't pick up more along the way. My dad is in the service, he's in the Army, and one of his favorite pastimes was to play the piano. And he had a studio in the basement of the apartment complex where we lived, and I thought it was super cool. All of his friends would come over and they'd make like beats and have all their little synths and just remember like cowbells and stuff. It was really cool to watch them make music and just create and make their bond. I thought all the gadgets were really neat.
You have any musical schooling or just education under fire?
Oh, no, I take that back. I want to say no because of, and I'm sure there are other people who will be able to relate to this. I've had, my very first instrument was actually a flute. And I broke that within a month. My baby sister dropped it off of the table when she was born. And then I got a violin. Lived in Germany, so my interest was like Balkan music and
That's
gypsy
a tough
violin.
instrument to play.
It is. I consider violin to be like if I was to have a little girl and she's super cute and you put little pigtails in her hair and then you got the little bows and she's just like super cute and perfect and you've got all these high hopes for her and then she grows up and she's Miley Cyrus. Like that's what the violin is for me. It's like painful to listen to. You want to play it so bad, but it just never became what you wanted it to be for you. So I started playing the guitar. And when I first started playing the guitar, it was like most people. You pick it up, you learn a cover tune. Probably takes you like a month to learn that cover tune, and then you put it down for like 6 months because you're like, oh, that was hard, and then you do that for about 5 years. You start wondering why you still can't play. So that's how I started playing the guitar. But then when I moved to Fiji and then I came back here to Columbus, my social circle became so rich with musicians that I was able to learn from my peers and start teaching myself and asking the correct questions so I didn't develop bad habits. So, yeah, I feel really, really fortunate.
I think you have a really unique style.
Thank you.
And I enjoy it. We got Alia going to do one more for us. Tell me about this song and what was the inspiration behind it.
Oh, this last song is, it's weird to try to describe this one. I feel like this tune is 2 songs in one. So we took a trip to Muscle Shoals. I also work at the college as a production assistant at the Schwab School of Music in the recording studio there. And let me back up. The professor who taught me, Matthew McCabe, he has these programs called PME, Popular Music Ensemble, where you teach classical students popular music because both of the structures and learning them and everything about what they are so completely different. So they pick like a theme. They've done Prince, they've done Led Zeppelin. This theme was Muscle Shoals, artists from Muscle Shoals, people who've recorded at Fame Studios, Ella Fitzgerald. Like
a lot of great music out of there.
All these wonderful musicians. So we take the trip down there, we go to Fame Studios, and on the entire trip we just learned so much. Went to the Alabama Music Hall of Fame. Went to, oh gosh, what is his name? I can't believe I'm not remembering his name right now, but we had a lot of wonderful experiences. And when we came back, I was sitting in my kitchen and the melody just kind of popped out. And I call it the melody 5 years because I wasn't really trying to write words to it. And the melody itself is titled 5 years. It's after the, I'm probably going to say this 100% wrong, the Watachi tribe. And there was an Indian called Taylane where you can see it in the Muscle Shoals documentary, but there's an Indian tribe during the, the Trail of Tears Act, and all the Indians had to leave. And
I was going to say the massacres, but
yeah, pretty much. But they had there's the Muscle Shoals River, and they have all of their ceremonies, and they felt like the river sang. And Taylane, I believe, when she was born, they threw her umbilical cord in the river, so they said that the river was like her sister or something. But when the tribe moved, Taylane walked for 5 years all the way back because she said that they just couldn't do any of their ceremonies. They just needed that river. There was no song in their life. They just needed it. So the melody itself is 5 years, but then I just kept playing that melody so much that words just kind of came out. And it's called Count Your Blessings.
Great. I can't wait to hear it.
stack of 6 zeros in one palm, open flames under the other. No, it ain't always bad, but I learned well from my mother. My man ain't getting very far, and every night I'm in the bar. I paid for my own drink. The good Lord just makes me think. Count your blessings, count them all. And if you don't feel so soothed, count the empty glasses on the bar, and make sure that you can count on you. Now there's people sleep on the streets, married and got others in the bed. When you can't think one good thought, you try to drink until you're dead. Count your blessings, count them all. Count your blessings, count them all. And if you don't feel soothed at all, you got no one to blame. Count your blessings, count them all. And if you don't feel soothed at all, you got no one to blame but you. But you. But you. It's a little soft spot right there. I recorded my album in Talbotton, Georgia with Dean Castile, and
Great engineer.
fantastic engineer, wonderful person to work with, steady work. His name resonates through town. Everybody knows this guy is great. Like, he's wonderful. But he recently just moved. So I'm not really recording. I believe in connecting to the space that I record in. Like, when I went to Mount Zion Church, the walls were just resonant with energy. I wanted to record there. I made it a point to get my first record done there, and I wanted them all to be done there, but I haven't found a space that I've really connected to like I connected to that space just quite yet.
I understand
So
that.
I've been writing a lot more, and I want to just write more and then see how I feel after that. I mean, I've got a lot written. I'm ready to record. I've got one single out, but I haven't released it yet.
And where are you currently performing?
I'm currently performing at the Loft. I also perform at Barry Roots Pharmacy. I recently went to Eddie's Attic, and that was pretty neat. I played their open mic. They're going to have a songwriter shootout in November that I'll be also going to.
Now, somebody told me you did rather well in their songwriter competition up there.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I just wanted to play somewhere else. Me and my buddy went up there, and he's the person who taught me how to sing. I just wanted to play somewhere, anywhere, and we went up there, and I didn't realize that was the competition. I thought that you were going to play open mic and then be put in the competition, but the open mic was the competition, and then I ended up winning. So I didn't know what to expect, but it was neat.
So you get all these people that practice for the competition, and then she walks in not even knowing it's a competition and wins. Pretty good.
It was fun. I want to also play at the, I think it's called the Red Clay Theater. I want to try to play there. I just want to play out.
So where does Alia Torres go from here? Where does the music go? You putting a band together? You releasing more music? You just writing? You're just taking it day by day? What's happening?
I'm going to write a lot more. I can't stop that. That's of course going to never stop. But I want to find venues where people listen. I want to find these little rooms where people actually want to hear something new and something different, and not just always bar background music. So that's kind of my goal right now, to write and find these little rooms where I can share what I'm doing and try to learn more along the way. And
if you're an upcoming singer-songwriter, I will tell you that Alia is one of the co-hosts down at the Loft on Wednesdays before the Open Blues Jam. From 7 to 9, they do a singer-songwriter open mic. And you can catch her performing there every Wednesday, if not at the Blues Jam, certainly before. What would you say to kids that are interested in going down the path you've chosen? Run?
Something like that. No, okay. Gosh. Keep an open heart, an open mind, and worry about your own perspective. Try to help people along the way. And I don't know, just keep doing it. And don't quit your day job. Because
well, there you have it.
Will break you.
There you have it. Miss Alia Torres. Well, that'll do it for this week at No Cover Music Magazine. I'm Tim O'Brien at American Guitar Boutique. Thank you for watching, and make sure and tune in next week.
Sometimes you get hungry, you know you've got to eat. You start walking all slow, and your body feels weak. Your mind gets all wild, every step feels long as a mile. The best part about being hungry is when you start to eat. Now I'm eating all